Welcome to Bay Area Sports Report. My name is Rady, and today I will be going over my edge targets for the 49ers after the Myles Garrett thing. As for 49ers fans, um as a 49ers fan, I feel very disgusted in this. Do you feel disgusted by this technically? Do you feel disgusted by this? Myles Garrett being with the Rams, this is actually an official thing. Do you feel disgusted on this, 49ers fans? Do you feel horrified that they got Myles Garrett? I do. But I think, as I said in my previous video, go check it out. Make sure to check that video out and like and subscribe to this if you like this content. But I think for the 49ers, I think Trent Williams is going to be very big, and I think he will help for this team. I think he will be able to protect Brock Purdy. But I would say you need to come up with a response for the team. I think you need to come up with a player, an edge rusher who is at least not the same level as, but close to it. Kind of close to him. Kind of. Kind of close to him. So, but let's go over, I think just at least close to him. But let's go over some of the targets I'd love to go after. First is Alex Highsmith from the Pittsburgh Steelers. He just signed a contract. He only has 2 years left. Next year, he has another contract for next year. We'll have to see. They can move over the cap space to support that. 36 solo tackles, 9.5 sacks, one forced fumble. He's a very relentless machine. He's been a very good player, as you could see from his highlights. Very relentless energy. Can come off fast, can come off speedy. They have TJ Watt on there. Imagine what he could do with that. Very fast against the tackles. A very fast player. Having that speed threat, kind of. You can have at least two speed threats on your team. I would love to see Alex Highsmith with the 49ers. I think he's very good at analyzing the play, very good on getting sacks, getting them wrapped around. I think you could also have him as a linebacker also, so maybe that could also help with Nick Martin. And I can see how this is a big fit for the 49ers because you see a lot with Romello Height, who's technically kind of like a linebacker, Jane Duggar, who's technically a linebacker, but you edge is kind of like an edge rusher. Alex Highsmith is also that kind of guy, who's going to be that coverage guy and also get a lot of sacks also. So I think this is a very good signing for the 49ers to trade to get for the 49ers. I think this would cost like a second round and a fourth round pick. I think at least that for his trade cost. I think I would love for that, but this is one of the high unlikely ones because I don't believe that they're gonna move on. They did sign Nick Herbig to a deal, but I think having Highsmith, Herbig, and TJ Watt on the same team, I think Pittsburgh would love that. But and plus, I don't think the Niners would technically do it, but we'll have to see. But I would love um, Alex Highsmith to be there. I think he would be a very great player. But as you can see, a very good coverage guy. Also, you could utilize him in coverage, run stuffing, in tackles. But I'd love for him to be there, especially on that stand position because you already have Greenlaw, you already have Fred. You don't know who's going to be that one. It could be Nick Martin. It could be Jane Duggar. It could be Luke Gifford. So you never know. But I would love Highsmith to be on the team. Next on my thing, I have Max Crosby. Now this has been a topic that has been talked about so much. This has been a topic that a lot of people like, and you're probably thinking, wait a minute, isn't he with the Ravens? Not anymore. Because technically they backed out of the deal because of his failed medical history. Technically, so wow, he's already a Niner. But anywho, Max Crosby, 45 tackles, 10 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, even one interception by Max Crosby. Do I have to say any more about Max? Do I have to say anything about? Do I have to say anything? Max Crosby, speedy, threat, very good player, very good. Good at analyzing, good run stuffer, good at pass blocking, good at everything you need from an edge rusher. Very good at sacking the quarterback. Speedy, young, 28 years old, I think, right now. So I would love Max Crosby to be there right now. Could be could be a very good piece for the 49ers. I would love that. I mean, you could use Ayuk. I always imagine if Ayuk would be a trade asset for to at least get maybe Max Crosby or at least an edge rusher in the edges. But I don't think that is gonna happen, especially since Brandon Ayuk is untradeable and whatever Brandon Ayuk is doing right now, I have no idea what he's doing. I haven't been paying attention that much, but a lot of people are saying he's posting a lot, but it's very weird. I think it's just getting that to just get attention right now, but you know, but I would love Max to be on this team. I think he's a very good player, aggressive. I know he wants to be on the Raiders, but stay a Raider for life. But bro, have they seen? Has he seen his team? But he has to realize to himself like this team isn't good. Like some of his players like out here, they're like okay, but they're not the best, kind of. So I would love for the 49ers to go after Mad Max. This has been talked about so much. I would love Mad Max to be on this team. But I am concerned about the injuries, especially at 28 years old. It's a bit of a concern, especially the knee issues. And I'm scared that we have to like give him back after like another medical history. But hey, who knows? Maybe he's recovered. Maybe you'll have to see for yourself. But hey, that's my only concern. But if he can somehow stay healthy, I would love for Mad Max to happen. But this is like the Highsmith trade. I don't think this is technically gonna happen, but this is technically gonna be a trade deadline move for the 49ers. Because I would see Mad Max to see like the Raiders are like, oh, they're not gonna give him up. Because you could see like relentlessness, good at this, but because he's the only best edge rusher. I mean, he's fast, he's very good at chasing the quarterback. Like he's been their best edge rusher lately. But I could see but I could see the 49ers getting him maybe at the deadline to see that way they could be able to get him. I would see them going lower, but now that the Miles Garrett thing is, I think they would go higher, so I would suggest waiting on it and then maybe offering it more, but you never know. I mean, I would love to see Mad Max on the team. I think it would be the perfect counter move against against the Miles Garrett trade that the Rams pulled off. Next is Jadeveon Clowney. As Jadeveon Clowney is actually with the Dallas Cowboys, which Matt Eberflus was in. I would not mind this actually for Jadeveon Clowney. He played with Matt Eberflus. He knows the scheme, I guess, kind of. So I think he would be a perfect fit. 24 solo tackles, 8.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble. A very good player, versatile. You can move. I think he's a very good player. He's very good. A stand-up edge, which Raheem Morris wants. Very good run stuffer. Very good at pass rush. Is a bit old. I think he's about. I think he's a. I think he's about, according to what it says here, very, very old. I think he's about 32 or 33. But I mean, he's a very good player. He's very experienced, and I think that's what I want from an edge. I think you need lots of experience with the team. Max Crosby, experience. Alex Highsmith, experience. A lot of those guys, you don't have a lot of that. You have Romello Height, who's young. Michael Williams, who's young. Nick Bosa is the only veteran around this team. Also, Digizua is a semi-vet. Is also kind of a veteran. It would be also nice to see him and Jadeveon Clowney together. So I think that would be pretty nice to see. That very good, but very versatile, very good at the rushes. He's not the same level as Mad Max or Highsmith, but he's at least a solid guy who will get you pressure, who will give you sacks, and I think he's a very good. I don't think he's a starter. I'm not saying that, but I think he would be a very good piece for the 49ers to get. I would love for this to happen for the 49ers. I think it's just a perfect fit for him. I think that is very. I think it would be very perfect in my view. I think that is a very good fit for them. I think he's very good. You could also be able to move him. Is very good run stuffer also, which they kind of struggled a lot with, especially with the Seahawks loss, which is very humiliating because it was very embarrassing in my view. So I think Jadeveon Clowney is a very, very good fit for the 49ers, and I think he's a very good player. So I would not mind Jadeveon Clowney going to the 49ers. But at the same time, I think But the reason why I'm not saying this is because there are a lot of more options that will be coming up, especially the top three that I will be talking about later, which are very good. But I would not mind this, but in case these other options that I'm going to show later aren't going to be there, are not going to be there, then I think I would go. Then I would have to go after Jadeveon Clowney in free agency. Next is Josh Sweat from the Arizona Cardinals. He's been talked about a lot as he did not showed up to OTAs, so we'll have to see if he does. But he's been a very good player. He has 20 tackles, 12 sacks, 4 forced fumbles. Very fast guy. Is a very fast guy. Very good, very speedy. Really good player. I would love for this to happen. Oh, this one's with the 49ers. A very fast player. Very, very aware. I would love for the 49ers to go after Josh Sweat. Just a very good player. Very fast. Very quick. I would love for this to happen. Very good at forcing fumbles. I would love that they would do that. Very has good quick hands. Good at analyzing. That was a good play by Josh Sweat there. I would love for Josh Sweat there to be there. He's right now in the middle of his contract right now. I think in a 4-year contract. He's in the second year of his 4-year contract. I would love for Josh Sweat to be on this team. He's been a very good player for a long time. He's right now 29 years old right now. Very getting semi young, I think. Is a very good player. I think he still has a lot of juice in him. I think having him on the team, especially again with the Eagles, which are a very good team to be behind, I think having that caliber of a good team in the DNA, I think would be very nice to have. I would love that for Josh Sweat. But the reason why I wouldn't pull off this trade, and trust me, I would love to do this, is because of their cap space. As I showed in my recent video, it showed that the Niners had negative cap space in 2027. Then they had negative cap space in 2028. So this isn't exactly the best idea to go with because you can't build around your team for next year or have free agents you want to sign back if you want to sign them back for next year. Like if you wanted to sign, let's say Greenlaw is back to his old self again. Let's say he's back to his old self again. You want to sign him back. You have no cap space. So and at the same time, you can't pay Josh Sweat also. I mean, sure you could pay him, but you can't pay for your other guys who you want to possibly sign back. I would love for this to happen, but if they had like the enough cap space, then I would love to do it, but they kind of don't. But we'll have to see. You never know what's gonna happen. But I would love for the 49ers to go after Josh Sweat. My next target is Kayvon Thibodeau from the New York Giants. This guy is very good. He's 25 years old. He has 2.5 sacks. Look, I know that isn't the most appealing. This guy's my number 2 target. Look, I know this isn't the best option, but he's so young. And I think with Raheem Morris and Chris Kosarek, with their development, I think he would be a very good player. As he's a very good player, forces fumbles, is very good at attacking. I think he would be a very good player for the Giants. I think he's amazing against them. He's very young. He's very good at developing. He has some things to clean up on. I think it's mostly on getting to the quarterback more. As for the stats he had for the last couple of years, he hasn't been dominant since 2023. So he hasn't had been the best for dominating so far. He hasn't been the best at that, but I think with Chris Kosarek and Raheem Morris, I think they could use him for more things. I think they can have him go back to being this. This was back in 2022. I think if they can somehow get Kayvon Thibodeau to be like this, then I think the Niners have a very good player. And right now, his trade value now is actually pretty good. You can only offer like a third and fourth round pick. And I wouldn't mind offering a fourth round pick for him. I think that is a very good idea, especially on I think a fourth round pick, in my view, is probably what he's gonna get. Because to be truthful with you guys, I don't think like Tip. Look, don't get me wrong. Thibodeau's a great player, but with the stats that he had from last season, I just don't think it's a very good idea. And I think that having I think offering a fourth round pick is an absolute steal, and I think I would love to do that for the 49ers. So I would love to have Thibodeau on the team, but there's one free agent I want. There's one guy I want to get on the 49ers, and that is Joey Bosa. Look, I know a lot of people are talking about this. I love this signing, and it's not because that it's the most popular talk. I think it's one of the best things. 17 tackles, 5 sacks, 5 forced fumbles. First in the NFL, which is very impressive. As Joey Bosa, just a great player. This was one of his best seasons so far, as we can see from here. Like, this has been one of the best seasons he's had, like, decent seasons. Like, sure, he had that in 2024. He had that in 2023 where he got higher. But this is better. This is one of his best seasons so far. I would love if Joey Bosa was on the 49ers. Him with Nick Bosa together, just sacking the quarterback. Just a very good edge rusher. I've loved Joey Bosa. I always wanted to have that. He's been the hot topic of this. And I know Shanahan and Nick Bosa says that he's not thinking about that. But I think this is the year that we signed Joey Bosa to the 49ers. I think this is the year. Because I don't see that Joey Bosa not going to the 49ers. I don't see that. Like, I think it's just a great fit. I could just see it in my I could just see it from what I can tell. I think it's a great fit. I think he is going to be a great player, and I think having him with Nick Bosa is also going to help. Because Nick Bosa, look, he's been a solid guy, Nick Bosa. Don't get me wrong. He's been our best edge rusher. But I think with Joey helping Nick, and with Nick helping Joey, I think these guys can be one of the best edge rushing brother duo in football. I think that because don't get me wrong, I think Romel Hyde and Michael Williams are good, but I think having those two guys on the team, Joey Bosa and Nick on the same team, and having them pressure the quarterback, I think they help each other out, and I think that is going to be a very good idea to go for. Look, you guys, but overall, I would love to sign Joey Bosa on the team, and I think it would be a very great signing for the 49ers. But overall, in conclusion, I think the 49ers need to sign at least one of these edge rushers. In my view, I think it's Kayvon Thibodeau if you need a trade for a guy who's young. But if you need a guy who with production who's traded, then get maybe Josh Sweat and Max Crosby. But I would love for them to sign Joey Bosa onto this team. I would love for the 49ers because he's just the perfect fit for the team. I would just love that Joey Bosa is on this team with Nick Bosa. I think it's just a perfect fit. And I think having a veteran presence on the team is very good. I think for my plan A, go after Thibodeau and Josh Sweat. For plan B, go after Joey Bosa. And then for plan C, then go after like Max Crosby or Alex Highsmith and Jadeveon Clowney, possibly, for those targets. But I wouldn't mind Thibodeau either because he offers a fourth round pick and it's lower. So I wouldn't mind that. So I think going after, but I would love but my two top targets overall are Sweat, Joey Bosa, and Kayvon Thibodeau because I think they're good targets and I think they're very great players for the team. But make sure to comment on which edge rusher you want to get or other edge targets you want to suggest, and make sure to like and subscribe if you like this kind of content. And this is Brady from Bay Area Sports Report signing off.